Yo, I'm glad you like the song. Let's see, how'd it go? Like, don't you ever stop and think sometimes? Could have been us, could have been wonderful, yes, sweet, yes. Found a new love in your life. Could have been us, could have been wonderful, yes, sweet, yes. Something about it don't sit right. Could have been us, could have been wonderful, wonderful, yes. Something like that.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing okay. I know I don't usually stream at this time, but here I am. Hey, what the beck? Hello, says woke up just in time. Good morning. Good morning to you. Logan Fisher, good morning to you. James Apperson, good morning. It's afternoon here. It's nearly 2 p.m. over here. So yeah, we're later. We're ahead of you all. Ahead of you all. But I thought, okay, you know what? Let's talk about this. Let's talk about these people. How is everyone doing? What the Beck, Logan Fisher, James Apperson, how are you? I hope you're well. Please let me know if you can hear me okay. Please let's make sure that you can hear me okay. Oh, Shane the Skeptic. Hello, good to see you. Free Thought Channel. Hello, good to see you. Good to see each and every one of you. Lady Avon, hello. Oh my goodness. I think, listen, if I've got any free time about this, I think I'm going to be streaming at this time. Look, I get the cool people. All the cool people are all here. Oh my, listen, this is good. This is good. All the cool people are here. Oh wow, how nice. Hey, good to see you all. Okay, guys. Right, let's proceed with this. So, I don't know if you all know about diamond and silk. I don't know a lot about them. I used to see videos of them trending here and there. I just know they supported Trump. And at that time, anyone who is supporting Trump, I really didn't care too much to know. I remember going into debates with people online over the whole Trump thing with Africans who were supporting Trump, African Christians who thought that Trump was somehow the Messiah. Trump was the answer to all the solutions, or no, answer to all the problems. It was it was such an eye opener for me at that time. I saw Christians, they were ready to fight. They were ready to I could not understand it. I couldn't understand it. So these two, well, just recently I've been seeing videos of them, and honestly I was thinking I would do a stream about these two, just their views, their, you know, things they believed in. But sadly, one of them has since passed away. Um Rather, it's unfortunate, but these are conversations that need to be had, you know? These are things that we need to talk about. So, give me 1 second here. All right, let me share my screen. So, I don't know if you all know these two ladies here. They have a YouTube channel, over 200. No, I'm not sure. But huge numbers. From the time they moved from the Democrats to the Republican, they just became famous. These two were in support of Trump. Anything Trump had to say, they were up for it. Now, the one who has died is the one on my left. So that's this one. I don't know if you all can see my cursor. This one here. She's the one who has died. She was the more vocal one of the two. So let me tell you a little bit about these two. There's a reason why I've decided to do this video, and I will tell you why in a minute. So these two ladies, African Americans, they used to be Democrats, but decided when Trump made he decided he wanted to run for presidency, they moved over. Now, I'm not keen on politics. I don't do politics. That's one subject, can be very divisive, can become very heated, can become very unnecessary. People just start to take sides, right? So you have usually you have a case of 50-50. It's a 50-50 vote, right? You're choosing one of two evils. That's my opinion. One will have good things about themselves, the other one will have things that you're not necessarily like. You can't, they can't all be perfect. They can't, I just don't get involved. I will vote, I would vote who I think is right here in the UK, but I don't get hung up on politics. I just don't. But it was amazing to see that Trump era. Oh, I thought I'd turn my phone off. That Trump era really opened my eyes to what politics can do to people, what religion can do to people. Religion influences people's politics. That Trump whole era, that really shone a light on America. I remember on was it the 6th of January when the riots, we were watching here thinking, this is America. This is the modern day America. It was just mind blowing to see people that hung on every word that this man said, and they were ready for war. They were ready to break laws. It was interesting to watch. Wait, just give me 1 second. I'm not seeing your comments. Just give me 1 sec. I will sort out. Just give me 1 second. I always have to open a new tab after I've set up stream, because you guys know I'm not all that clever with all these things. So I usually try and work with what I'm, just try and work with what I know. Right. Let's see here. Okay, yeah. Now that's it. We've got it. Okay, right. Let's did you see the group trying to call aliens with an SOS and iPhone lights? Who are these people? Who are they? It's scary. It's scary what people would do. Now, I'm not clever, but just no, I'm not. I try to be as rational as possible, try to be as reasonable as possible, try to sift out truth from the lies. Will I get it wrong all the time? Absolutely not. But you always have to have your skeptic hat on. There's a reason why I've decided to talk about these two. They were so anti vaccinations at that time. It was all a hoax. It was all made up. It was China. It was everybody except Trump. Trump could do no wrong. Oh, they've put the numbers up. There's nothing, no such thing as COVID. This is all the left, the left, the left, the left's agenda. You know, all sorts of conspiracies started flying at that time. And the sad part of these conspiracies is how they filter to the rest of the world. You have Africans who are feeding on every word that comes out of Trump's mouth. You had African pastors preaching about Trump on a Sunday in their churches. You had African pastors telling their followers over in the US that, look, you've got to vote Trump. People had rallies in Africa. I've got videos. People had rallies. They would come out on Sunday church. They would come out, banners. These African churches, poor churches, had banners done in the name of Trump. But the sickening part for me was the whole COVID. Oh, no, the vaccination is all a hoax. If you take it, you're going to be given the mark of the beast. And do you know somebody? Someone said to me back then, there was, well, a neighbor said, oh, there's a gentleman I think you should meet. He's single, you're single, and I think both of you should meet each other. Okay, all right. So this was the time when you couldn't meet people one-to-one. So he gave this friend of his my number, right? So we were talking on the phone. He sounded all right. He sounded, like someone reasonable, right? Radio DJ, he had a radio show, told me what his radio show was, listened to him. Oh, nice, but we never met in person because there were restrictions. Even though his house was only 5 minutes away from mine, but you had to adhere to the rules. And vaccine or no vaccine. I said, "Oh yes, I'm definitely going to be vaccinated. That's a no-brainer. It's no, there's just no it's not an option. I'm going to be vaccinated." And he said, "What?" He said, "If you get vaccinated, I want nothing to do with you." I said, "Are you serious?" He said, "Yes, he is serious." I thought he was kidding. But anyway, I went, had my first vaccine. He called me, "Have you had the vaccine?" I said, "Yes, I have." And he said, "Okay, any plans of us meeting is completely gone. He doesn't want to meet me anymore." I'm like, who do you think you are? He said, no. He said, I need to understand him, where he's coming from. He said to me that the vaccine is the devil's, that's from the devil, and that everyone who takes the vaccine will be dead within a year or 2 years. Anyone who takes the vaccine has been poisoned, and he doesn't want that poison anywhere near him. And so I was not to come anywhere. I'm thinking, this is somebody who my neighbor thinks he's single, you're single, both of you should meet. I'm like, thankfully, I never met him. Thankfully, I never met the guy. But what was sad was because he was a radio presenter. I'd listened to this man spewing these conspiracies on his radio show, on the radio. He's telling the people not to take the vaccine on the radio. I was thinking, you know what? I've got to do something. This shouldn't be tolerated in the UK radio station. Okay, I was torn. Should I say something? Should I report this? How is this man allowed to say these things on a, you know, at the time it was a bit of a, but anyway, the guy said to me, "No, I don't want to meet you." Said within a year, 2 years, everyone who's taking the vaccine will be dying like chickens. Okay. Anyway. Lady Evans says, sounds like you dodged it. Listen, it was not going to happen. I was never going to meet somebody like that. Someone who was saying things so absurd. Ugh. Anyway, let's go back to these two ladies. So, African Americans who thought that everyone should vote for Trump. They said, we have a mind, we have our own mind, and we can think for ourselves. This was the lady who died, Diamond. Anyone who calls Trump a racist is wrong, the sisters said, and anyone who questions their support of the president is racist themselves. Leftists in America feel offended by successful black women who are also conservatives and Donald Trump supporters. So they have long zeroed in on black conservatives. So Diamond and Silk were a twofer. I don't know what that means. And since there are two of them, there may be even a fourfer. I don't know what that is. So they had blunt catchphrases and outfits that color matched to the liquid in Silk's wine glass. The sisters can come across as just another act in the era's 3,000 ring circus. But they get to America's deepest philosophical questions. Who should speak for whom? How can one measure authenticity? How can we laugh off Diamond and Silk as entertainment when millions of their constituents did the same thing with Trump, who is now the leader of the free world? They are reminiscent of a time in America when evangelism ruled the television screens. The person who's writing this article said that people felt comfortable seeing these two on TV talking about Trump and talking about issues that related to the black community. They were, as what this person writing the article regarded them as, they had the business of televangelism. So, of course, going by the little that you've heard about these two, I'm guessing that they're Christians. I tried to go and have a look to see, but of course, it looks like their father, their mother, they were ministers. They had businesses, they had church. I think their father was a minister, but it doesn't say a lot about what their religious beliefs were. But when you hear some of their videos, you can hear them talk about God, talk about Jesus. Those little those words will always come in whatever they talked about, right? So the reason why I decided to do this video, I was watching Telltale yesterday. Well, this morning, and thought, look, I need to say something about this. Just give me one sec. Oh, where is it? Where did it go? That's it. Okay, let me do this here. Okay, some of you already know Owen from the Owen Morgan channel. I think he used to be, is he not still Telltale? Yeah. I think he was Telltale. Anyway, he's one of the people I used to watch when I started the process of deconversion and watching videos. His channel was one of the good ones, and I still follow him, still watch him. And so it was on his channel that I found out that one of these about Diamond's death. So Let's see. Let's go have a look here. Let me speed this up. Don't know if this might be going too fast. Tell
This
me.
morning, Diamond of Diamond and Silk died of COVID. I haven't verified when she died. I heard it was all the way back in like late November when she went to the hospital or something. I'm not really sure like when it was or what, but she was 51 years old. 51 years old. We're going to take a look at some of her. We're going to look at her legacy. We're going to look at what she left behind for society in a minute. But let's talk about who she is and just take a look at this article.
Okay. I need to say this here. You know, when people die, they tell you, oh, respect the dead, right? So I'm going to respect the dead. I don't know these people to speak ill of them. I'm only going to highlight their legacy, what she's left behind, what she did while she was here, right? The views that she had, the uh the videos that she put out there, her and her sister. So, and this is where you've got to be careful what you believe. You've got to be careful what you put out there because they never go away. Internet, someone said the internet is forever. Anything that you once it's recorded, it doesn't go away. It's there. Yes, oh, let's not speak ill of the dead. Not speaking ill of the dead doesn't mean that you can't talk about what they've done, their views, what they believed while they were still alive. We can still talk about these things, but it's just how you go about doing it. So I'll try and be as sensitive as possible. Okay.
Go real quick here. This is on NBC News. Diamond of the pro-Trump entertainers Diamond and Silk has died.
Oh,
The former president,
Christopher
as
just
well as the
subscribed.
duo's
Okay,
verified Twitter
Christopher.
account, announced Monday night. She was 51. Both women, hang on, let me blow this up so you guys can see it better. Both women, sisters whose names are Lynette Hardaway and Rochelle Richardson, were born in 1971, with Diamond making her debut on Thanksgiving Day, according to their 2020 book, Uprising. When they say she made her debut on Thanksgiving Day, does that mean she was born on Thanksgiving Day? That's a weird way to phrase it. Calling her death really bad news for Republicans, former President Donald Trump said on his Truth Social platform. This may sound tacky, really bad news for Republicans. That was her whole personality. That's what she was about. That's what she wanted. She wanted to be a conservative voice, and she would honestly be honored that somebody as high up as Donald Trump himself, her Lord and Savior for all intents and purposes, would say something like that about her. So it feels and sounds tacky, but it's something she would have wanted.
Would anybody want
He said, "Our
Donald
beautiful
Trump
Diamond
to
of
be
Diamond and
the
Silk has
Lord and
just passed away
Savior?
at her home in the state she loves so much, North Carolina. Her cause of death was unknown. Trump said Diamond's death was totally unexpected. Wait. I heard it was COVID. Is it not COVID? Oh, if it's not COVID, I'm going to have to update. I'm going to have to update the thumbnail if that's the case.
So, guys, this is where it gets problematic because
Hold on. Let's just see if we can figure this out.
word on the street
I could have
is
sworn that I read elsewhere that it was COVID.
Wait, hang on, let me pause
No, that's
this.
Dustin Diamond.
So, speculations. Word on the street has it that she died of COVID. For some reason, they're not saying the cause of her death. If she died of COVID, then, for someone who was a COVID denier, wow, just wow. After telling people that it was made up, after telling people that they were just inflating the numbers, oh, it was an agenda. So, if that's what's happened, well, there's a lot that can be said, but I wouldn't say anything. But it just goes to show how people need to be careful. You've got to filter information. Any information you're getting, because it's a Donald Trump talking, you think everything that comes out from that man's mouth is the truth. Terrible.
Let me try Googling this. Here we go. Here's a Newsweek article about it released today. Was Lynette Hardaway's cause of death COVID? What we know, what we don't. Lynette Hardaway, better known as Diamond of the conservative political duo Diamond and Silk, has died, and social media has been flooded with rumors and speculation about the details. On Monday evening, the duo's Twitter page
Is he
confirmed that
going
Hardaway
too
died, but asked for
fast,
privacy and
guys?
did not give further information on the manner of death.
Is he going
Okay,
too
it's entirely
fast?
too early to say it was COVID then. Forgive me. I'm going to change the title in the thumbnail. I did not. Yeah, actually, I think it may just be the title. Let me change it. There. Title has been changed. Do not want to spread misinformation.
Okay.
The
See?
world just lost a true angel,
See?
warrior, patriot for freedom, love, and
See? See how easy that is? Can you see how easy that is? When you realize that you've got some information wrong, just take it back. Just make it right. You don't want to be the one spreading misinformation. For all you know, she may have died of COVID. For real, for real. But until you're certain, don't put that out there. When I was watching this, Owen's stream was titled COVID. I don't know what the title was, but he has since changed it. I like people who are responsible with the content you put out there. Not trying to gain favors from the Democrats or from the conservatives. So therefore, let's go with the bandwagon. Let's just, okay, Donald Trump said this. Come on, let's do. There are videos of this woman saying, oh, Donald Trump, put up the wall. Put it up. It was terrible. The things. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do some more streams, just looking at some of the things that these two ladies believed. Fox News had to cancel both these ladies because of their views. Because they were, black women for Trump, spewing a lot of nonsense. Gosh, it's terrible.
humanity, the page said in a tweet. Please respect the privacy of her family. Memorial ceremony to be announced. Contributions toward preserving Diamond's legacy are only being accepted at the following link.
Lady Avon, dying of COVID will be a lot of bad PR for that camp. Aha. So if she hasn't died of COVID, what's happened? Why are they not saying what exactly she died of? Why? Donald Trump has put out there, give me 1 second, let me show you, or let me read what Donald Trump has said about what Donald Trump. It's funny, that man, sometimes the way he, I don't know how people support that guy, honestly, I don't know. Just try and find his tweet. It was something he said in his tweet. I was like, why is this man saying this? Give me a second. Let me find. No, not this. Trying to find the. Okay, let me read this. What I just found. That's not what I was trying to read, but it said she had carved out a unique role as a black woman who loudly backed Trump and right-wing policies, earning fame first on the internet and then as a cable television commentator. Her promotion of COVID-19 falsities eventually got her dropped from Fox News, but she immediately landed another right-wing cable platform gig. So the moment they dropped, somebody else said, yes, we want you. Come and spread your misinformation on our platform. So where's the tweet by Donald Trump? Just 1 second. When you're looking for something, you don't see it. But the moment you're not looking for it, where is his tweet? I'm trying to find his tweet. Ugh. There was something he said in his tweet. I'm thinking, how did this man want to make it to being president of the US? Okay, so why can I not find the tweet? It was there, for goodness sake. And now I can't find it. Give me one second. I'll find it. I will find it. Okay, I think I found it. I think I found it. Ah, right. Okay, let me share my screen so you guys can see this. So this is, what did I do? Can you guys see that tweet? Do you see it? So that's Trump, right? That's Trump's tweet. He said, this is his announcement. This is really bad news for Republicans and frankly all Americans. Our beautiful diamond of Diamond and Silk has just passed away at her home in the state she loved so much, North Carolina. Silk, now guys, this is where it gets problematic for me. This is Trump. He says Silk was with her all the way and at her passing. There was no better team. There was no better team anywhere or at any time. Diamond's death was totally unexpected. She's been in hospital since November. So how can you say that's unexpected? I don't know. Questions, question mark. Now this is Trump, guys. Trump, this says probably her big and precious heart just plain gave out. Lady Avon, you need to go? Okay, all right, Lady Avon, see you later. Her heart gave out. Says her big and precious heart just plain gave out. Rest in peace, our magnificent diamond. You will be greatly missed. That's the president of the free world.
Okay, I'll tell you what. They want to preserve her legacy. Let's talk about her legacy.
Oh,
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what she left behind for people, what she fought for, what she believed in. Let's see. Let me pick out a really good one. I've got 9 clips from her right here, and I know exactly where to find more. Hang on, let me find a good one here. A second. To allow individual, whether in office or not. All right, let's check this.
listen, sorry guys.
This one out. Not too long ago, there's a guy named Jerome Jackson, ran for Congress. I think he lost. Let's see. Jerome Jackson, Ballotpedia. I'm sorry, wait, was it Jerome Davison? I thought, yeah, okay, sorry, my mistake. It's Jerome Davison. Let me just pull up his Ballotpedia page, see if he ended up winning. I don't think he did. Yeah, the Democrat won. It was U.S. House Arizona District 4 is where he was running. This Jerome Davison guy. Okay, so this routes back to Diamond and Silk, and we'll get there in a second. But he is a guest on her show, so I want to give you an idea of who he was before we play the clip, okay? You guys may remember this clip of him. Yeah, this one. This is a famous campaign ad that Jerome Davison did.
Oh wow.
It was portraying the Democratic Party as the modern day KKK, when in reality, the KKK has always been far right. The parties switched at one point back in the 1960s, which led to bizarre things like Richard Nixon getting literally every single state except for Massachusetts during his election.
Okay, guys, you know, I'm not American, so most of these are foreign to me. But How many of you here are so um, highly invested in politics? How many of you would go all out? If you're not a politician, or if you're a politician, I can understand that. But you're just someone watching, just an online blogger, online. How do people do that? How do people get so invested? I'm Democrat and I'm conservative, right? Yes, do that. But then, at what point do your views? There's a point that your views now start to become toxic and problematic. Did you not see videos then? Anyone who has the flag of the other party, you see these other people start attacking or just going after people because, oh no, you're not on our side. Us versus them. No, they're the bad ones. They're the ones with the bad views. They're the ones with the agenda. You see us? We're the good ones. Come on. Ah. So problematic. Politics have led to many deaths. Maybe in America it's not so bad, but over in Africa, people die for politics. There's one of the presidents, I think, well, he he was he did it, they did the election, he won fair and square. He won fair and square. Before he be inaugurated, he was assassinated. This is Nigerian politics. Before his day of inauguration, he was murdered. Just like that. Politics.
But the point is, the KKK at one point was the Democratic Party because the Democrats were the right-wing party. But
Hey, Reverend
you know,
Dr.
people like
Mark.
Diamond and Silk and Jerome Davison, the guy who put this ad out in the first place, like to fudge the numbers and twist things around and make it look different than it was. This was Jerome Davison's campaign ad. He lost his campaign, but this is what he put out.
Democrats like to say.
Oh, let me turn it up a little bit.
Democrats like to say that no one needs.
Hold on. Just amplify that puppy just a little bit more. Here we go.
Democrats like to say that no one needs an AR-15 for self-defense. That no one could possibly need all 30 rounds. But when this rifle is the only thing standing between your family
But why?
and a dozen angry Democrats in Klan hoods,
Why
you just
though?
might need that semi-automatic and all 30 rounds.
So
Is that supposed to shock people? When you liken the Democrats to the KKK, is that what are we doing here? Shock factor. It gets worse, guys. It gets worse. Very soon, there's someone that they platformed. These two ladies platformed somebody else who was. I think he was trying to run for some kind of office, and he was trying to call for the death of people who the LGBT community. It was terrible.
obviously twisting things around, trying to make it look like Democrats are the ones that are hurting the black community. And Diamond and Silk came in hot, defending that position to the death. Listen to this. This is from mid-August 2022, not that long ago, just a couple months or 5 months before she died, or 5 months before we found out about her death.
Whether in office or not, I am going to wage a perpetual war against the Democrats because they are the enemies of this country. They are the enemy of humanity.
The
Their
Democrats
policies are anti-human.
are
Their
the
policies are
enemies
anti-God. Their
of the
policies are
US.
anti-right. And I don't understand why Christians and people who say that they love God
Christians.
and everything that's normal support Democrats. I mean, I don't understand this.
Again, he's desperately trying to twist things around and make it appear as though Democrats are the ones that are trying to hurt the black community or to hurt minority groups, when in fact that has been the goal of the political right in the United States since the founding of the country. Hold on.
They act as if they cannot see the affliction and pain that these demonic people
Demonic.
are inflicting upon everyday Americans.
Yeah.
This is abnormal.
Guys, just listen to the buzzwords. Demonic. The Christians. Look, the Trump's party became the Christian party. anyone who is Christian, you expected to vote Trump. You expected to be on that side. A lot of people moved over from the Democrats to conservatives because it's Christian, because it's uh, 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 he's going to bring about, what was it now? He was going to promote the Christian values. And I'm thinking, wait, this is Trump we're talking about, right? This is Trump. They say a leopard doesn't change its spots. What happened? What, did Trump just become uh, a saint overnight? Or what happened? And guys, please correct me. Is Donald Trump a Christian? Someone please help me. Reverend Dr. Mark, you'll be able to help me here. Is Trump a Christian? If he is a Christian, I know there was those videos of him. Is it videos or photos where he was pretending to? He went to go and take pictures somewhere with his big Bible. Had to stop traffic. Had to, just so he could have pictures of himself in front of the church and posing. The guy was just a poser, posing as well. Don't let me make assumptions here. Don't know. He might just be Christian. Is he Christian? Is Trump a Christian? Yikes.
It's not normal. It's very satanic. And I believe that the spirit of the Antichrist is erecting itself through the Democrat Party.
Oh my God.
The spirit of the Antichrist
Oh God.
is, what was it he said? Is like,
And I believe that the spirit of the Antichrist is erecting itself through the Democrat Party.
erecting
Oh
itself
my
through the Democrat
God.
Party, he says. Jesus Christ on a cracker, people.
Mm-mm-mm.
Absolutely nuts, man. Absolutely nuts. Let me find another from them.
Okay, you think he's agnostic?
Let's really talk about
that makes
the
more
goals
sense.
that these people had in mind. Let's talk about their legacy that they wanted to leave behind. This is what they wanted people to know about them, right?
Guys, this is
Herschel
bad.
Walker and Diamond and Silk. If you're watching this 5 years in the future, Herschel Walker was a Republican candidate for Senate in Georgia in 2022, and very obviously has brain damage from playing football. He was a famous football player for like years back in the 80s and the 90s, and he has CTE. It's plain as day. Like literally every human being alive can see it, except for him apparently. Listen to what Herschel Walker had to say on Diamond and Silk.
And let's become fathers of those fatherless child. Meaning, let's try to direct them in the right way.
Yeah.
So we ain't got to do good.
But can I just say this here? Okay, so you done raised.
I believe that this is Diamond on the left here, the one talking right now.
Yes, the one talking now.
Try to be a father to somebody else.
She's
What
she's
about
the
our
lady
black
who
men
sadly
that
died.
If you lay down with a woman and you make a baby, it is your responsibility to stay there to make sure that that child is raised.
Well, that's
See,
Sorry guys, I do not have the free
the political right.
I don't have premium. You must understand, I am a single mom raising 2 boys, one autistic, right? And so money, we can't play around with any monies we have to, so if I make money doing YouTube, fantastic. So with the boys, it was a decision, me and the 2 boys. Okay, what are we doing? Are we going to have Netflix or premium? I honestly tried to see if they would do YouTube premium. They're like, no, they want Netflix. Okay, I can't pay for the 2 subscriptions, so there you go. I don't have. Okay.
Right has been using these
Okay,
people
okay,
as
Reverend
a
Dr.
pawn
Mark. See you
to
later.
hurt their community. To hurt.
Reverend Dr. Mark, how's your sister? Before you go, if you're still here, please let me know. How's your sister doing? I hope she's doing well. Okay.
The people that care about them the most. They have been since the very beginning. Absolutely disgusting. And they're playing right into it. They're helping. They're contributing to this.
That's what I'm talking about.
Like, Republicans want to put it all on personal responsibility, like it's your fault and you need to resolve the problem yourself, blah, blah, blah. When in reality, we can see there are disparities in the Black community. There are problems in the Black community, right? There is a lack of wealth within the Black community as compared to like the white community, for example. Like, the Black community is significantly poorer on average than the white community. There's a higher crime rate in the Black community than the white community. So why is that? What's the reason behind that? The
Systemic.
political right has done everything they could since the very beginning to blame it on personal responsibility. It's their fault. They need to fix it. When in reality, if you switched the Black community out for literally any other demographic, blonde-haired people, people with green eyes, you'd have the exact same results. If you ship them over from a different continent entirely and force them into slave labor for 200 years, and when slavery finally comes to an end, they're starting from ground zero. They don't have a penny to their name. They don't have anything at all. And now you are segregating them into separate communities. This is the exact same result we would expect to see, whether they were Black or white or Asian or blonde-haired or green-eyed or anything at all. This is the direct result of the environment that they were put in. But instead of acknowledging that, they want to put the blame on the victims of this crime that took place.
Terrible, man.
And here we sit with Diamond and Silk and Herschel Walker helping the right contribute to this. They are coming out here talking to each other saying how it's the Black community's fault. It's the Black people's fault, the Black men's fault for this thing or that thing or whatever else. It's everyone else's fault, as long as the finger isn't pointed at who it belongs to be pointed at, which is the political right, for doing everything that they could to uphold or to, God, what's the word I'm looking for here?
It's systemic.
To
Yeah,
raise
absolutely,
up,
Logan.
To maintain the power structure of white supremacy. I don't know how else to say it. Here's another one. Here's, again, Herschel Walker and Diamond and Silk chit-chatting about slavery of all things.
But she said, we have a, this is my mom. She's 80-something years old. My mom, she didn't finish high school. She said, even though we she said, we have a system in place to make it better. She said, we just have a Black president. She said, has anyone ever thought about what do we owe all the white soldiers that died in the Civil War?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Another perfect example. This one is from 2020. This isn't even...
The man said... His mother, is it his mother or his grandmother says, what do we owe the white soldiers who died in the, is it the war or where? Okay, never mind all the Black slaves that were taken from their lands and didn't make it into the Americas, had to be thrown overboard. The ones that died of diseases, the ones that died of, I don't know, whatever evils happened to them. Have you seen some of the boats, how these people were put together? Have you seen how they made it alive? No, never mind that. Okay, now, okay. You know what, guys? I try my hardest not to do this white-black divide. I hate it because it becomes divisive. It becomes really problematic. I like to go and look at the mistakes of the past, what people have done, and try and... I don't want to promote a divide here. Let's look at the mistakes and let's try and do better. Let's try and be better. How about that? I'm not going to be here saying, and that's why the Black Hebrew Israelites and that rhetoric, I think it's evil. I think it's you can't, two wrongs can't make it right. You can't say because, the white man did this, so therefore we must, I get that. But then when you now turn it around on the victims, on your fellow Black people, I don't know. These are conversations that become so hard and problematic.
From like during Herschel Walker's campaign, the dude just straight up believes this garbage. What do we owe white people? He says.
Oh, the grey man. Hello.
What do we owe white people? Not
to be sitting
what
here.
are
That
we
no, it was a
owed
live
by the
stream.
US government
It
for
is a
allowing us
live
to be
stream.
enslaved for 200 years. But what do we owe to white people who are already the white people they're talking about, presumably, for example, the ones that run this show, run the network that they're on, are already filthy rich. They don't need anything from Herschel Walker. They don't need anything from the black community. You know what I would like to see? I would like to see the black community raised up out of poverty to be equals with everybody else. Ultimately,
Amen.
the problems faced in the black community boil down to one of two things. Either it was caused by the environment that they're in. They could be switched out with green-eyed people, and they'd just as easily be in the exact same situation. It's either that, environmental, or it's genetic. Either you believe it could be...
So, Wayne is saying it's one of two things. The problem, that's the problems, the systemic problems that the black people face in America is one of two things. It's either they are the product of their environment or it's innate, right? It's one of two things. So let's listen to him. Let me tell you, I maximum respect for Owen after watching this. I liked him from watching him from previous, but after this, I was like, yes, this guy. Come on now.
Either you believe it was environmental and the problem can be resolved through programs, societal programs that we can work on, through stimulus packages and finding ways to raise them up out of poverty, or it's genetic and they're just damned to be in this position forever. Now, if you believe it's genetic, you're a white supremacist and you're an extremist and you're bigoted. There is no evidence for that argument. It is not genetic. Unfortunately, we have to argue against that.
So this is where the stereotypes start to come in. The angry black people, angry black woman. You know, some people think it's inherent, the problem of the black people. They think that, okay, they're probably born that way. They're monkeys after all. What do you expect from monkeys? Owen says, he's saying, if that's what you think, then you are a white supremacist. There's something clearly wrong with your thinking.
Despite the fact that there's no...
Looking for royalty-free music? Discover Epidemic Sound. Get the safest music subscription.
Evidence for that, because people like Nick Fuentes and others are out here arguing that it is a genetic inferiority on the part of the black
people
community.
Actually
so which one do they believe? If it's environmental, then they should be on the side of the Democrats. They should be working to find social programs to resolve these problems. If it's not environmental, they must believe that they're genetically inferior, right? They must agree with Nick Fuentes. I mean, Kanye West seems to agree with Nick Fuentes here.
Not Kanye West.
I mean, this is
Not
the
Kanye
legacy
West.
Diamond and Silk left behind. This is what they wanted the world to know. This is what she wanted to show people.
Wow.
You know, when it all boils down to it, and you're knocking on death's door, you're sitting on that bed waiting for it to come. It's the great equalizer. You realize how, you know, you came into this world with nothing and you're going to leave with nothing, except for the influence you had on the world. There are a billion examples of anti-vaxxers begging to take the vaccine when they are knocking on death's door. A billion examples of people begging for the treatments that they spent the past 6 months vilifying. Unfortunately...
Okay. So, guys, word on the street is that she died of COVID. It's not been put out there. There's been speculation. But it's crazy how someone who was a COVID denier, anti-vaxxer, and look where it's got you. If that's the case. But if it isn't the case, so why are they not telling us exactly what went on? Why are they deliberately leaving the details out? Makes you think, okay, there might be some, there might be, this speculations might just be true after all, but nobody's trying to take ownership for something here. And Telltale, he is saying a lot of people, when they're on death's door, that's when they now start begging, give me vaccine, please. After you've gone years telling people. I mean, I had that gentleman tell me that because I am vaccinated, he wants nothing to do with me. He said to me he doesn't want to share space with me, doesn't want to be in the same room as me because I've been poisoned by the devil. Can you imagine this? He made his 80-something-year-old mother not take the vaccine.
At that point, it is too late. I have to wonder if Diamond is happy with where she brought society. I have to wonder if she's satisfied with her effect on the world. Pretty sad stuff, man. Deeply sad stuff. I got more clips for her. Or, I'm sorry, I've got more clips with her. Give me a second here. Hang on. Give me just a second here. Sorry, guys.
Takes 2 weeks to generate full cellular immunity. 2 weeks. Okay. Hey, Steve McRae manager. Steve McRae, yes. Oh, Steve McRae manager, I did see.
Okay.
Steve McRae manager, I did see that they're from North Carolina. Interesting. And very, very religious. Very religious. Although there's not a lot of information about their beliefs, but it looks like they came from a family of ministers that had their own setup, their own churches, their own ministries, that sort of thing. But not a lot of information when I was looking. So religion, I don't know, Christianity, religion has a lot to play in this. The sign of the Antichrist. Oh, don't take the vaccine. That is this Antichrist person is coming, and he's honestly, it was so heartbreaking to see Christians believe the nonsense. How do you tell Christians that, look, most of the things in your book, they're allegory. They're not to be taken as fact. And here you are believing things from... How do you tell these people? How do you tell them? When you have believed the contents of the ancient books. Something's happening in the world today, right? A river's dried up somewhere. You hear somebody will tell you it's been prophesied in the Bible. One river dried up. I don't know. What was it? It was, see if I can remember the name. Gosh. This river that dried, it's completely dried up now. Apparently, it's been prophesied in the Bible. Not the Hebrew Israelites. From the same book as well. They've read something in there that tells them that Israel is going to be saved, and they're Israelites. And a time will come when God is coming to rescue all the Israelite people, and anyone who's not. Everyone gets their information from said book. Everybody. Everyone. According to the Bible, according to the scripture. Scripture. Okay. Okay.
Okay, let's see. Hang on, let me find.
I think it's also for a presidential campaign.
Oh, the Euphrates River. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, I want to pull this one up. And
yes, it's the Euphrates River. God.
Let's see, where's the next one? Yeah, heck it, we'll do this one.
Not him.
Interestingly enough. Oh, hang on.
This one. What's his name again? Ken Jones. Am I right? It's Ken Jones. This one, he was the master of misinformation. This man. Now he's been asked to pay back how much? Billions. Caused a lot of harm to people through the misinformation he was spreading. Sat there and spoke out of his ass. Alex Jones, right? Okay, sorry.
Kanye West, interestingly enough, I'm sure you guys probably know what happened with him, his massive fall from grace. So just in case you don't, you're watching 5 years in the future. He
He's
turned
still
full-blown
falling.
Nazi. I
He's
don't know
still
if in 5
falling
years he's
from
going to like
grace.
reverse
That
course and
one.
apologize and everyone's going to forget about it or something. So I just want to remind you guys. I mean, not likely. I'm just saying, just in case. I want to remind you guys of some of the things that he had to say. This is probably the most blatant, disgusting example of some of the stuff that Kanye had to say. Check this one out. It
Oh
does
my
relate to
God.
Diamond and Silk.
Seriously, I've really studied a lot of history. Plus, I had family that was there, and so I mean, I don't think Hitler was a good guy. I get the Hugo Boss uniforms, amazing. But I mean, just because you're in love with the design, you're a designer. Can we just kind of say like you like the uniforms? But that's about it.
No, we no. There's a lot of things that I love about Hitler. A
Oh
lot of
no.
things.
Jesus,
Oh
dude, it doesn't
no.
get more depraved than that, right? Holy Christ on a cracker. Well, interestingly enough, Diamond and Silk had something to say about Kanye West too. I guess Kanye West passed an ideological line that they couldn't deal with because they actually came out against that or tried to set it up as some kind of a weird. You know what? I'll just let you listen. I'll let you listen. This is from wow, this is from early December 2022. So I had heard Diamond got sick in late November, but that can't possibly be the case because this is after the Kanye stuff. Listen to this.
I'm wondering, is he being used? And here's why I say that. You said what he said. This is my opinion. He said what he said on the Alex Jones show. Right. And he had his face covered. That reminds me of shame. That's right. So you knew, in my humble opinion, that what you was going to say was going to be off the cuff. And it was so shameful, you hit your face like a coward. That's right. Now, I don't know what the hell is going on because I got to call it like I see it. I don't know what's going on with Mr. Yee or Kanye or whatever y'all want to call him. Right. But I thought about it and I'm beginning to think, is somebody, this is my opinion, is somebody being paid here to push an agenda, to make conservatives look a certain way?
Dude, everything is a conspiracy with these people. It's ridiculous. Right. Yeah. No, Kanye just believes this stuff. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. I do find it really interesting, though, that this seems to be an ideological line that they won't cross. This whole anti-Semitism thing, right? Like, there's a weird war in the Republican Party at the moment, inspired by Kanye, partially. So the right does not like Jews. Like, the Christian right, the evangelicals, they do not like the Jewish community. And they would just as easily be anti-Semitic as Kanye is, but they need Israel to exist as a country for Jesus to come back. So they tolerate the Jewish community, and they don't really say anything bad about them. And hell, maybe some of them really love the Jews. I don't know. But there is a massive wave of anti-Semitism.
So the far right do not like Jews. Okay. But they're in support of Israel. Like I said, guys, everything stems from that thing they call the Bible. That book, this book has caused a lot of damage. The Hebrew Israelites, they think they're Israelites, right? They think they've got to somehow make their way to Israel. Not the Christians also. They too think everything, the end of the world, events, right? The apocalyptic events are going to take place in Israel. Jesus is coming. And then after Jesus comes, takes the saints, then he's going to make Israel his I don't know whether it's his station or what. I don't know. Why is Israel so important to these people, for goodness sake? You see how the anti-Semitism creeps in because of this book. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what is wrong with people. I don't know. And so I look at these religious people and it's just so heartbreaking. So heartbreaking.
Passing through the Republican Party right now. And I wondered how Diamond and Silk, of all people, would react to it. Well, here's our answer. Kanye comes out as a full-blown anti-Semite, an open, avowed Nazi. And these people call it a psyop. Is it really such a stretch to believe that the political right, or the Republican Party more specifically, could possibly lead people down a path of Nazism? Really? Is that so far-fetched? What's so far-fetched about it is that anybody would even believe that it could be some kind of a psyop conspiracy theory or whatever, like she suggests. Let me find another clip. I got one.
Guys, did you hear her? Kanye West had some very problematic things that he was spewing. Very hateful. And these two women sat there and said, is Kanye West being paid to make the Republican Party look bad? That's the only thing they got out. His face covered. He was shame. They called it shame. That's the only thing they could see in everything Kanye West has been spewing, because of course they don't see the bigotry, they don't see the hate, they don't see all the vile things. So clueless.
On tap here. It's hold up. Let me just scroll through some of them real quick to find the right one.
Back in 20 we're taking, if people would just
The Republican.
Okay. There's a guy named Mark Burns, another member of the Black community, who has come to the Republican Party to help him boost his career, and in trade, he will sell his own community up the river, whatever it takes to get rich, right?
Why?
Let
Why
me
do
find
people?
the right clip for this? Hang on. Where is it?
why are I mean, you gotta, aren't you?
No.
And I'm gonna tell you when you see Joe Biden, the LGBT.
This is it. Okay.
Okay,
He
guys,
was at
listen
January
to
6th.
this.
He was like at the Capitol. He was at the Stop the Steal rally just a few minutes before the January 6th riot took place. And
The
he gave a speech
Republicans
there.
have no shame.
He also ran for Congress. Now he lost, but he's still incredibly influential in political circles. He knows Greg Locke and a bunch of other people. So anyways, listen to what old Mark Burns here has to say. Again, this does relate back to Diamond and Silk. We'll get there in a second. Listen to what Mark Burns had to say. This was early June 2022. Early June 2022.
Transgender.
Hold up.
The LGBT.
Lucidchart makes intelligent diagramming easy and helps your best ideas become real.
Sorry, guys.
LGBT, transgender, grooming our children's minds is a national security threat because it is ultimately designed to destabilize the republic we call the United States of America. That's why when I'm elected, I don't want to just vote. I want to start holding people accountable for treason.
So he goes from discussing, this is important.
Okay, guys. What is this agenda? Listen, somebody, if you know, I'm going to need your help. Please tell me, what is this agenda that the left are working on? They're trying to make the children transgender. They're trying to turn the children. Don't these people realize that if your children aren't grounded and can easily be swayed, that's on you. It's on you. And you clearly haven't done your indoctrination hasn't worked. You haven't done a good job of parenting. What is this agenda, by the way? Turning people in. What have the trans people done to deserve this kind of hate? This kind of... Can people not just be trans and you leave them alone? It's hard enough for people to be in a body that they don't feel belongs to. That's hard enough. Not to come and make it your political agenda. That they're committing treason. Hey, Lord have mercy. No, seriously, somebody tell me, what is this agenda? Somebody. I need to know, what is the agenda to turn children trans? Someone, or trans, gay, lesbian. How? So, we want everyone to have the kind of sex, right? We want everyone to identify as either male or female. And we want people to, when they're having sex, man and woman, man sticking in here, and that's all we want, right? That will make you all happy. right? Because this is how God wants it. No, guys, if you all know about this agenda, somebody please let me know. I need to know where it is. Where can I find the agenda to turn children trans? Saw a video or a photo. Was it? No, I think it was a photo of someone dressed in a trans. I think it was a trans. Listen, I don't know what the person was, but they were dressed as the male person dressed in female clothing, reading to kids. And some people went irate. They said, hey, they're trying to turn. You all have the things that children watch. Those the films that you produce, those people are wearing costumes. This person was wearing a costume and reading to kids. How has a costume got the power to turn people trans? To turn, you know what? I'm not going to even, let me just calm myself down. I will wait until someone shows me where this agenda is, okay? There's an agenda, okay? Oh, an agenda. Oh, give me a headache already thinking about this. Let's listen to what this guy had to say again. Just make some other people's personal
He
lives
was
your
at
political
January 6th. He
agenda.
was like at the Capitol. He was at the Stop the Steal rally just a few minutes before the January 6th riot took place, and he gave a speech there. He also ran for Congress. Now he lost, but you know, he's still incredibly influential in political circles. He knows Greg Locke and a bunch of other people. So anyways,
I'm
listen to
glad
what
he lost.
Old Mark Burns here has to say. Again, this does relate back to Diamond and Silk. We'll get there in a second. Listen to what Mark Burns had to say. This was early June 2022. Early June 2022.
Transgender.
Hold up.
The LGBT, transgender, grooming our children's minds is a national
Grooming.
security threat because it is ultimately designed to destabilize the republic we call the United States.
These people are they're so foolish. So your children can be easily groomed. So what have you as a parent done? If your children can be easily groomed, it shows that you are not a good parent. You've not done the job of parenting your children. Why are you guys so terrified? What is scaring these people? Look, if your child is trans, they are trans. If you like, make all the policies that you want. If you like, jump up and down, hit your head on the roof, jump into the river. Look, there are some things you have no control over. Anyway, never mind. I will come back another day and we will talk about this, because I met someone who described their experience. A trans person had described it. Let me tell you, listening to their story, no. How can I now make life even worse for them? Every day they wake up, they've got these challenges they got to face. The world is against them. Not just the trans, but the LGBT community as a whole. Each one has their struggles. Can you imagine waking up, you look in the mirror and you don't like what you see, and you come out of your house and everyone is against you? Your family is against you. Friends are against you. The government that should be protecting you is against you. Some governments even create laws that criminalizes who you are. No. It's I'm an ally, strong ally here. No, I would not entertain that nonsense. I don't care who you are. And for me, anyone, if you come and tell me that your God or your book, to hell with you. You're telling me that your God created people with these feelings, with these desires, with these body parts. He knew. I thought your book says before he formed them, before he formed them, he had known them. So he knew they were going to be like this. They're going to be this way. And yet gets to police them, gets you to now be the judge. You who is no saint yourself, now be the judge over. Listen, enough. God. Sorry, guys. I had to just. Sorry.
Of America. That's why when I'm elected, I don't want to just vote. I want to start holding people accountable for treason.
So he goes from discussing, this is important. This logical step that he's taking right now is important. It will be in a second. He goes from talking about the LGBT community to talking about how he wants to charge people with treason, right? He's linking the LGBT community with traitors to the United States. They are trying to, quote unquote, groom people's minds to be traitors by being LGBT. That's what he's saying.
The Constitution. I'm going to push to reenact HUAC. HUAC is the House of Un-American Activities Committee. It was a real committee that was formulated back in the 50s.
If you're unfamiliar, it was one of the driving forces behind McCarthyism. Deeply disturbing stuff, dude. Deeply disturbing stuff. The HUAC should have never existed. It was a complete violation of human rights, freedom of speech, and this guy wants to reenact
hey
it.
Robin,
This is from an era when
Dr.
freedom of speech didn't
Cyrus,
exist,
hello.
effectively. But that's neither here nor there. Keep listening.
It's a committee that we should reenact that starts holding these people accountable for treason. Lindsey Graham should be held accountable for treason, for supporting Joe Biden's gun-grabbing Second Amendment law that he's trying to push forward. Lindsey Graham, my opponent's mentor, just stated that I am supporting.
No, this is kind of unrelated. So let me give a breakdown. I'm just going to skip forward here. Let me give a breakdown of the things that he just said. He just said, basically, the LGBT community and anybody opposed to Second Amendment rights should be tried with treason. That's what he said, right? Now listen to the solution that he prescribes for traitors.
Oh my goodness.
People. No, we need to hold people for treason, start having some public hearings, and start executing people who are found guilty for their treasonous acts against the Constitution of the United States of America, just like they did back in 1776.
Okay, let's just kill all of them. Let's just kill all of them. Anyone who is opposed to the LGBT community, anyone who's opposed to the gun amendments, I wouldn't know. See, guys, I'm clueless when it comes to all these amendments and acts and things. Let's just kill all of them, because we have it right and they have it wrong. So just kill them. This person's sitting here. Anyway, no, I wouldn't say what I'm about to say. Let me keep that to myself. I'll go and check his name. What's his name again? Mark Burns. Okay. Oh, you think he doesn't have skeletons in his closet? This one will have like loads of skeletons in his closet. Look, I've said it here on my platform. Anyone that you see going so hard against the LGBT community, let's kill them. Look, you have to side-eye them. You have to pause for a minute and ask yourself, why is this person going so hard about people's private lives? What exactly is it? How does it affect this person? How is it taking food off his table? Why is it giving him sleepless nights? Could it be that we are fighting some deep-seated gay thoughts? Could it be that we're sitting on some, some things going on down there? Huh? There's one pastor, what's his name? What's that pastor? The one who said, oh, kill all the gays. Kill all of them. Let's, going so hard against the gays. Not him sleeping with male prostitutes. Evidence and all. So when you see them going side eye anyone. Because if people are out there just living their lives, how does it affect you? Anyway. So people like this, they have their own skeletons, big skeletons. He's just jealous that I'll have a better dick than he has. Okay, small dick energy, right? Right. I listen, I sense some small dick energy happening here. Uh-huh. There was some white supremacists who shut down the power station in North Carolina to stop a drag queen show. Some people really
I don't know how else to take this than just listening to exactly what he said. He wants to execute members of the LGBT community and anybody opposed to the Second Amendment, or anybody opposed to gun rights, I guess. That's what he just said, right? Am I misunderstanding? Did I misinterpret? Am I, taking this out of context? Like,
so many.
The practice you are about to learn is almost never described publicly.
That's what it seemed like to me. Well, when he rightfully got called out for that take, who has him on but Diamond and Silk? I don't wish death on anybody. I'm sad that Diamond died. Really, I am. I'm sad. I don't want anybody to die. I was in an airplane recently that was going down. We had to get in like an emergency crash, like the brace position, and we all expected to die in those last few moments. And it was a deeply disturbing experience. I know what it's like to knock on death's door, or for death to knock on your door, however it happens. I don't know exactly. I just know I was face to face with death and it sucked. Nobody should have to experience that. I don't want anybody to experience that. Nobody. I don't wish death on Diamond. I just want to talk about her legacy. I just want to show the world what she believed in. Just like she would have wanted, right?
Yes.
Listen to Mark Burns defending those comments about executing members of the LGBT community on their show.
If people would just go do their due diligence and just watch the show in its entirety, then you would clearly hear me not say that we should be killing the LGBT or transgender, community. We've been.
No, that is exactly what he said. We just listened to it. That is precisely what he said.
Now he's trying to take it back
from the gay community and trans community from all over the country because Newsweek and.
Does this person realize that this gay community, trans community, does he realize that they are a minority? You all are so bothered by a minority. Does that not say something about you and what your beliefs are? That a minority can cause you all to have sleepless nights. What people do with their private parts has now become your burden. Who gets to police what you all do? Who polices the straight community? Who polices them? No. Where's the moral police that polices this straight community? Huh? Maya says, if you can't tell if someone is trashing you or describing you, what kind of legacy are you really leaving behind? And Maya, that is the thing. This idea that you can't speak ill of the dead, right? People have gotten away with some heinous things because we can't speak ill of the dead. We need to start. There's some cultures that we have adopted. I think that we need to rethink. If the dead person has committed atrocities that were evil, why shouldn't we speak about them? Why shouldn't we? So that we who are still alive can learn from them and not repeat the same things. When we talk about Hitler, what Hitler did. Okay, I'm not saying, guys, this is nothing. I'm not saying these people are, I'm not comparing them to Hitler. No, I'm just saying that we can go back in history and look at what Hitler did and what this person did. Oh, the other, Hitler, okay, of course, he was a vile human. But this culture around, let's not speak evil, respect privacy. You're fostering the misinformation, the culture of misinformation. It carries on. It leaves another day. The next thing you know, they'll start another conspiracy. Oh, the Democrats, they killed her. You wait. You wait. If we can't speak about these things, next thing you know, they will start. Hey, the Democrats, they didn't like what she was saying on her platform. They killed her. You wait and see. They will start with the conspiracies.
MSNBC and all of those other liberal medias took pieces of two answers. There was two separate questions. There were two separate topics.
No, they weren't. It was one single long continuous video. He called members of the LGBT community traitors. He said they're treasonous. He said anybody who goes against gun rights is treasonous, and we need to hold traitors accountable by executing them. That's what he said. There's no misconstruing that. There's no twisting that around. Those are the words that came out of his mouth. And here they sit nodding and agreeing, saying, yeah, you know what? You're right. Totally. They're running interference for this guy.
Two separate topics. I was talking about, yes, we do need to be holding people for treason in America. Those that are doing business with China, those that are doing business with Iran. That includes elected officials. That includes the media. That includes, any person that is undermining the sovereignty of our great nation called the United States of America.
I mean, he just gave us a list of people that he wants to execute.
Wow.
Does he think he's like digging himself out of a hole here? This is nuts.
They need to be held accountable for treason.
For
just
what?
Like Hillary Clinton, just like Hunter Biden's laptop.
Sorry, guys. I'll take that back. Guys, so someone who is supporting the LGBT community has to be held accountable for what exactly? What? That you allow people to live their authentic lives, that you foster policies that allows them to exercise their human rights. Now, someone says, no, they should be done for treason. These are the people you do not want in power. These are the people you do not want speaking for you. It's really sad to see Black people spewing such rhetoric. Well, guys, I guess we can't all have the same views. There'll be people who have opposing views, problematic ones, toxic ones, damaging, it's just everyone. But we need to have these conversations. We need to expose these ideas, these ideologies. You need to let them speak. Freedom of speech. This is the one time where I support freedom of speech. Let them speak what they need to say. So at least we know who we should protect ourselves from. We know who our problems really are. Ooh.
Hunter Biden's laptop needs to be held accountable for treason.
Okay, let me take that back. Let me take that back. The guy said Hunter Biden's laptop. Let me take that back.
Separate topics. I was talking about, yes, we do need to be holding people for treason in America. Those that are doing business with China, those that are doing business with Iran. That includes elected officials. That includes the media. That includes, any person that is undermining the sovereignty of our great nation we call the United States of America.
I mean, he just gave us a list of people that he wants to execute.
America. Okay.
Does he think he's like digging himself out of a hole here? This is nuts.
They need to be held accountable for treason, just like Hillary Clinton, just like Hunter Biden's laptop.
Hunter Biden's laptop needs to be held accountable for treason. Okay, sounds good. All right, I'll tell you what. You put it on trial and let me know how that goes.
Keep doing these nefarious.
This guy wants to put Hunter Biden's laptop on trial for treason. Look at him, suited up, talking like he's saying something. Wants to put a laptop on trial. And this is the person that wants people to vote for him. And guys, not a laptop.
Fauci needs to be held.
See, he's giving us a list of people that he wants executed right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts.
Accountable for treason.
His
for
time should be put on trial.
What he's been pushing on Americans and the mass that has been pushing on Americans. That's a false narrative that is funding big pharma, but yet millions of Americans are dying at the hands of their poor instructions. They need to be held accountable, but we're not doing that. And so they took that.
Did you catch what he just said? He said Fauci is something about masks and millions of Americans are dying at their poor instructions, he said. Is he saying that Fauci telling people to wear masks is getting them killed? What a bizarre claim.
Very bizarre.
That's the first time I've heard that one. Is that the first time you guys heard that?
Answer of me talking about HUAC, the House of Un-American Activities Committee, and
these are the people during that pandemic because don't get guys, COVID hasn't gone away. It hasn't gone away. Still, let's all still be cautious still. Just the other day, it's Steve McQueen manager. He was down with the COVID. So please, guys, I'm fully vaxxed. Fully vaxxed to the T. Look, how many? I think is it 3 or 4? I don't know how many vaccines I've had. I've had all of them. Vaxxed, boosted up. Listen. The moment they said vaccine, I was here. Let's go. Are you sure you want? I don't want to hear it. Thank you. We take our children to go and have vaccine. How many times do these people stop and ask the nurse, what's in the vaccine that you're giving to my child? Not once. They just take the babies. Vaccinate her. But here, people have gone in the lab, tested. Something that would save you, that would at least help your immune system. May not necessarily stop you catching the virus, but at least will give you a better chance if you do catch it. No. Now we want to know what is inside the vaccine. Now it is the demon's work. Now it is, it was too fast. There's not a cure for cancer yet. Now COVID, it just came from. There's not a cure for herpes. But somehow they just come with this. Some very useless ideas. So no, that vaccine, that pandemic, it was sickening. Some of the things that you would hear people say. Listen, I just blocked my ears to nonsense. Time for me to have my shots. Yeah, come on, let's go do this. Jeez. Maya, what did Maya say? Is the only thing you need to know that Fauci is the devil because Trump doesn't like you. Also, something masks. Dr. Fauci. Guys, there's a video, right, that I've got here. One African pastor was telling his followers that Dr. Fauci is the devil. He went to heaven and saw Dr. Fauci there. And Dr. Fauci, shit, I can't remember the details of this video. If I remember, I'll put the link in the so you all can see. I think it was revealed to him that Dr. Fauci was indeed the devil. Fauci and what's his name? Bill Gates. And what was the other thing that he said? He said that the people now are buying houses in space. There is a reason why the rich people are starting to buy houses in space, because they are trying to destroy the black race. They're trying to destroy humanity. So, but before they do that, they're buying houses in space. This is a preacher. An African preacher was telling us. So, guys, can somebody tell me where are the houses? They said there are houses in space, and that the rich people, then Fauci and Bill Gates, Elon Musk, them, right? That they're going to destroy this earth, this planet. They'll start with the black race, wipe the black race, and then they will move to out of space to their houses. Oh gosh. No, Trump 2024. Is he running? Is Trump running for presidency? Listen, the 2024 elections, that will be something to behold if he's running, because listen, some very crazy ideas are going to start flying. You wait.
Then they mixed it with another part of a question, which was about how we should not be allowing the transgender agenda into our public school.
No, literally no to all of that. We just watched the entire thing, had nothing to do with any of it. It's just completely made up. He said he wanted to come up with a list of people to execute, and on that list, members of the LGBT community and anybody that opposes gun rights. And they just sat there and accepted it. They just sat there and listened and nodded their heads and said, yeah, they invite people like that on all the time. This is what Diamond and Silk are all about. This is what they believe. This is their legacy. Let me look something up. I'm going to look up a couple more clips from them. Let's see here. Videos. Okay, here we go. Let's switch over here. This is the Twit. And this is this dude right here, Ron Filipkowski. Awesome guy. Love this dude to death. He was the former prosecutor, a federal prosecutor in Florida, something like that. He's got a bunch of stuff on Diamond and Silk, like a ton of it.
What's his
let's
name?
just look at some of the more recent stuff. This is January 27, 2022.
Oh, I need
Newsmax
to
brought in Diamond and Silk
find
tonight
out
to
what
express
his name
outrage that Biden
is.
choosing a black woman for the Supreme Court. Listen to
Ron
this. Let's step back and listen.
And not based on merit, and if they can actually do the job, something is highly wrong. We need to look.
Hold on, why is this frozen?
And not based on merit.
Is this my computer? What is this? I think it is my computer. Weird.
And not based on merit, and if they can actually do the job, something is highly wrong. We need to look at all of this here, because I'm telling you, this can whether you're upside down, especially if you're picking somebody just based on race. Now, if you're gonna do it based on race, make sure they have the qualifications. And don't pick no Kamala Harris because she's unqualified to be sitting on the Supreme Court. That's right. Somebody in based on skin color.
So, hey, there's a little more.
And not based on merit, and if they can actually do the.
It's so sad, dude. Just the entire thing is so sad. Like, they are literally just carrying water. Not literally. They are carrying water for the far right, who is attempting to discredit and hurt minority communities. That is the legacy that Diamond and Silk are leaving behind. Is this what they want? Is this what Diamond wanted in her final hours? To be remembered this way?
That's a good question.
To be remembered as the person that fought against the Black community's interests tooth and nail. As if Kamala Harris or Ketanji Brown Jackson were not qualified to be on the Supreme Court. They were both perfectly qualified, overly qualified even. They're both incredibly intelligent people. And they were both prosecutors at one point, right? Or judges. They were in the legal system for like ever. And they are fighting against it.
When you have people like these in the Black community, you wonder why the Black community continues to be behind. These ladies sat there and said, don't pick somebody for the Supreme Court because of the color of their skin. Shouldn't they be in support? They're saying, do not pick a Kamala Harris. Do not pick a woman. Instead, pick a white man. I would have thought that they would be on the side of Kamala Harris. Come on, go on, you know. Or whoever is the one who should be, who is more qualified. I don't know what these people's problem is. When you put people who are ignorant, like me, I won't come here and come and tell you I know anything about politics. I won't come and make my platform about Trump, the elections 2024 USA. I have no right to talk about that stuff. It is not my jurisdiction. I'm clueless. If I have to talk about that stuff, what I would do, I would get someone to come on my platform who is knowledgeable and can say, can speak on those particular issues. When you have ignorant people, because they have a platform. And then, guys, guess what? These two ladies, the people who watch them, that the most of their audience were white females, older white females. They're giving them the thumbs up. Well done. God bless you. God bless you both. You're destroying your community, but God bless you. You're doing a fantastic job. Keep speaking for Trump. Keep speaking. Keep destroying your community. Jesus. Diamond died yesterday. Yes, she did. You're very surprised that she died yesterday. Unfortunately, she died. And the word on the street is that the very thing that they fought so hard telling people, first they were saying, oh, it didn't exist. Oh, they're lying about it. Oh, the all the conspiracy theories, all the misinformation they put out there about the vaccine, about COVID. Chances are she may have died of it. I'm not saying she did, but the word on the street is that she died of the COVID. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what information they decide to put out there. They're just not saying anything about it at all. They're saying respect the family's privacy, which, yes, we should allow them, mourn the dead. Yeah, mourn Diamond, 51 years old. She was still young. But unfortunately, the content she put out there, her views, they're not going anywhere. They're there for everyone to see. So people like myself will talk about it. People like Owen, he will talk, you understand? So that other people don't make the same mistakes. But you think that people will still they will still make them they will still make the same mistakes.
To the best of their ability. They're doing everything they can to discredit members of their own community.
Discredits people
Where
of
is
their own
everyone?
community
Okay, I've
because
Why?
they're trying to win
Got me.
votes and
Here's another
win
one. Diamond and
favor.
Silk weigh in on the Herschel controversy. Herschel Walker, again from earlier, being a senatorial candidate from Georgia in 2022 midterms, lost his election. Quote, forget what you done heard. That is distraction. When Trump was running, remember, he said he was going to grab him by this. And we was like, I'm so happy he was grabbing somebody by the P and not by the D. Oh, God, should I play this? Generally, these people are appealing to like a, family-friendly audience. So let's see. God, maybe I shouldn't play this one. You guys got the idea based on the description there. Let's find another one here. Let me tell you something. If you haven't experienced a live stream late night chat with Diamond and Silk and special guest Peter Navarro, well, you just haven't lived. Let's listen to this one. Peter Navarro is all mixed up in the January 6th stuff, by the way.
Plan if China knew this, but they refused to tell everybody about this because after Lee, Dr. Lee basically was trying to tell everybody, and they had him to sign this particular statement to say, basically that he was just saying some stuff he don't really know. The China, they would not reveal to everybody what actually happened. Like you said, everybody is flying around doing different things. Then they talk about the WHO, WHO. They want to act like they didn't know that the virus was transmissible. But if Dr. Fauci is playing American tax dollars with the gain of function, which take and make this particular.
Dude, what are they even talking about? Like, all of this is completely fabricated out of the ether. Like, none of this is even true. They're just throwing out buzzwords right now. The gain of function, the WHO, and all this garbage. Completely made up. There's no evidence that gain of function research was being funded by the United States, by the the National Institute of Health, NIH or whatever. Is that what it's called? No evidence of that. Now, it's possible. Maybe it was. But Republicans been jumping the gun on this for like, I don't know, a year, 2 years now. There's no evidence of that up to this moment, to my knowledge. They're just claiming it blindly, as conspiracy theorists do generally. Hang on, there's another one. Let me find. Let's see. There's another clip I wanted to watch with them about this subject.
What individual carbon?
This is the one. Check this out. Speaking of the WHO and gain of function and all that other conspiracy nonsense, they actually tried to spread even more conspiracies about the World Economic Forum and climate change. There's this big conspiracy theory called the Great Reset. It's complicated. I don't need to get into the specifics of it here, but the World Economic Forum is at the center of the conspiracy. Kind of like George Soros, they are known as like the source of all of the world's problems. It's just complete nonsense, of course. Listen to what Diamond and Silk had to say about this.
Individual carbon footprint tracker. Stay tuned. We don't have it operational yet, but this is something that we're working on.
Individual carbon footprint tracker. That'd be kind of cool, right? That'd be really useful. A lot of people want to know that information so that they can like donate an appropriate amount to a fund of their choice to offset their carbon footprint or even to lower their carbon footprint. That'd be great, right? In reality, is this even being worked on? Probably not. The World Economic Forum is not even that big or influential. It's just like I think it's an NGO registered with the United Nations or something like that. They just have some weird little projects in mind that they like to talk about every now and then. That's about it.
Yeah, these are global elites. These are global thugs. Yes. Yeah.
They're global thugs for encouraging people to be careful with their carbon footprint. Are you kidding me?
About thugs.
Unfortunately, no. They're not kidding me.
Well, guys, I tell you what we're gonna do. I'm going to put the link to this video. I don't want to cover all of Owen's stream, because of course, if people are interested, go and watch over there. He does amazing work, and I would suggest, that you go and watch the rest of it there. Subscribe to his channel. Does fantastic work exposing the lies, the falsehood. I think he particularly focuses on when I used to watch him avidly, he used to cover the what do you call this, Jehovah's Witnesses. Yes, that movement. He is your go-to when it comes to the Jehovah's. If I'm not mistaken, I think, is he ex-Jehovah's Witness? I'm not 100% sure, right? But before we go, I want to do something. Let's see here. Let's see. So Taye, his ex-Jehovah's Witness, yes? Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to go and find out a little bit about these two, Diamond and Silk. Let's see what they're all about.
I'm hearing that these 5G towers are going up. And if they're in certain places, the frequency of that can really throw your body off. It can also cause for your
5G.
genetic material to test.
Anyone remember the 5G?
That's Diamond and Silk, sister Trump surrogates with a big internet following. The duo went viral throughout the Trump campaign, launching them from their living room to Fox News as outspoken Trump supporters. But they were recently ousted from the network after pushing conspiracy theories about COVID-19. So who are they? I'm comedian Rob Hayes, and this is the story of Trump's favorite sister act. Anithia Lynette Hardaway, or Diamond, and her Nithia Rochelle Hardaway Richardson, or Silk, were born a year apart in the early 70s in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Their mother, Betty Hardaway, and father, Freeman, are longtime televangelist pastors who supplemented their income over the years by selling herbal concoctions, pillows, blessed dolls, and wreaths that ward off witchcraft.
Somebody did this, put old dead cat head up on my porch. Listen, get this door wreath. Get this door wreath that I believe as a point of contact will ward off witchcraft.
Prior to pushing Trump's rhetoric further into the ether, Diamond and Silk were Democrats, like many black voters in North Carolina. But when one former game show host and alleged rapist, Donald J. Trump, threw his name in the race for the presidency, Diamond and Silk switched parties.
So we got off of that Democrat plantation, and we switched our party to Republican to vote for Donald J. Trump.
The duo's newly adopted party was in the hot seat in their home state after GOP-led North Carolina lawmakers passed a restrictive voter
Not the
ID law in
5G.
2013.
Natalie, you remember the 5G thing? We had over in Africa, we had preachers on a Sunday would preach about 5G. There's one particular part. I think one of these days, I think we should go and have a look at this particular. This guy, Chris Oyakilome in Nigeria, had a whole whiteboard. He had equations. He had the maths. He had in everything he did there, right? Everything he was calculating was all designed to show people how the 5G and the vaccine, all of this was all leading towards the Antichrist and the return of Jesus. It was amazing to see. And people were all, oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's a video of somebody, one of his people, you can hear him shouting in the background, yes, sir. Yes. Like this guy's talking trash. And people are busy just acknowledging, nodding, and shout. Oh, wow. On a Sunday. Tai is laughing because, yes. Oh, yeah, microchips. Yes. You, God. Christianity became a joke. Not just Christianity, but many of religious people. It became a joke. I could not understand. For me, I didn't understand how you all claim to worship the one and only true God. God is your savior. God is your strength. He is your power source. But yet you people are so afraid of a common, just an injection, what you call. Why are Christians so afraid? Christians are the most scaredest of people that I know. They talk about this place called heaven and hell. Oh, the unbelievers are going to burn in hell, receive Jesus. So they are the ones earmarked for the heaven place, right? Okay, why don't they just all just go and leave us, right? But none of them is prepared to go there. No, we want long life. We would rather stay here. So they're so terrified of anything in the dark. Oh, it's a demon. Oh, it's. I've never understood it. For people that worship the one and only true God, but yet so afraid. I don't understand. So it's either your God is useless or your God does not exist. It's one of those. Otherwise, why are you so terrified? Even if there's the 5G, even if there's the microchip, your God will save you from all of that, right? Your God will stand for you. He will. Anyway, I give up.
13, they cut a week of early voting, eliminated out of precinct voting, and
Not
required
the
voters to show
magnets.
specific types of photo ID. Restrictions that election board data demonstrated would disproportionately affect African Americans and other minorities. In 2016, months prior to Trump's election, a federal appeals panel struck down the law, calling it the most restrictive voting law North Carolina has seen since the era of Jim Crow, and said Republican lawmakers targeted African Americans with almost surgical precision. But voter disenfranchisement being
What
led
link?
by their newly
What link?
adopted party
Dr. Cyrus,
didn't seem to
what
bother
link?
the sisters at all, and neither did
Dr. Cyrus, what link? What's the link? Link to what? The real Dan Alexander says, my power source is plants. Oh, how nice. Dr. Cyrus, what link are you talking about? A few messages up. What link? What link? What link? That's the link to the video I was watching earlier on, the video I was reviewing, Owen's from Owen's channel. Yes, so please go over there. It was amazing hearing him speak up for the Black community the way he did. The ones who should be speaking up for the Black community, they're out there being sellouts because they want to be famous. They want to go to the White House to go and pray for president. You see the picture of those people. Everyone, with their hands on the president praying. Disgusting. They made the whole presidency thing just a complete joke. Every one of them stretched out, praying for a guy who probably doesn't pray himself, doesn't believe in prayers himself. No. Really made a fool of themselves.
Trump's decades of racist behavior. When Diamond and Silk started their YouTube channel, it was initially television criticism vlogs, but when they started posting in support of their favorite thrice-married reality star, they began to see an increase in viewership, and they stuck with it. In the videos, Diamond acts as the Letterman to Silk Schaefer. In other words, Diamond often takes charge, and Silk reaffirms everything she says. One of their earliest videos on Trump is dated July 5th, 2015. It only features Diamond and is called Dump the Rest of Those Chumps and Vote for Donald Trump in 2016.
We can't just have that damn border open for everybody to come up in here. We don't know who's walking amongst us. So that border got to be secure. So he didn't lie about that.
The two were launched into stardom and frequently went viral.
The border
In one
has
of
to
their
be
most popular
secure.
uploads, Diamond goes on an anti-Megyn Kelly rant after Kelly asked Trump the previous night in a debate to respond to comments he's made about women, where he's called them fat pigs, dogs, and slobs. Diamond and Silk's video, which is titled Megyn Kelly Starts a War with Donald Trump at the Debate, featured both the sisters and today has nearly 2 million views.
Hey, Georgie. Hey, Georgie. Hey, Georgie.
Sorry, guys.
Hey, Georgie. Just wanted to welcome you to the team with this.
You know, perhaps you don't need to be hosting debates. Perhaps what she needs to do, maybe it's time for us to file Kelly and make her go back to reporting news at the local news. Try Sesame Street.
The sisters were quickly invited on Fox News.
Two women have become an overnight internet sensation. Earlier, I spoke with Lynette Diamond Hardaway and Rochelle Silk Richardson.
Just a few months later, Trump held a campaign rally in their home state and invited the sisters on stage.
And I see these two on television. I say they are the greatest. What is it?
This is what all it was all about, guys.
I hope you've monetized it a little bit.
Today, their YouTube channel has over 2.
That was all it was all about. To be able to stand there with their hero Trump, who they had gone to war for the savior, the one that would save them, the one that is the chosen of God to run for presidency. That's all it was all about.
267,000 subscribers. Their Facebook page is even more popular with over 1.8 million likes. But considering Trump only received 8% of the black vote in 2016, most of their fans, which the Washington Post dug up, are middle-aged white women. But regardless, business was booming. They trademarked Diamond and Silk. They started selling items on their web store like a $20 bobblehead, $25 branded wine glass, and even a $1.99
it's all
MP3
money
download
making,
of a real
no?
song they made about a fact called Trump's Your President.
Ooh.
They were regulars on Fox shows like Hannity, Water's World.
Guys, they even had their own music. Trump's your president. He's your president. Trump's your president. Hey, he's your...
Ingram Angle, and Fox and Friends. In 2018, they were given their own show on Fox Nation, the network's online streaming service. The spotlight even allowed them to team up with white supremacist Congressman Steve King to try to promote new legislation he'd helped craft.
Can you
which
imagine?
failed. But it all came crashing down.
So in their support of Trump, now they're standing there with the white supremacists. You see? Well, I hope it was worth it, though. I hope it was worth it for them.
Down in March of 2020. The coronavirus pandemic prompted a national emergency, and much of the country retreated to their homes in fear of becoming infected. That's when the duo promoted various conspiracy theories about the pandemic. Fox News cut ties with the sisters after they amplified misinformation about the novel coronavirus. It's unclear what remark got them the boot from Fox News, a station which is seemingly okay with guests saying and doing pretty much anything. Maybe it was when they said the coronavirus death numbers were inflated to make Trump look bad.
What you're trying to do is you're politicizing to make somebody look bad. So is this being deliberately spreaded? I just look. I'm not being a conspiracy theory. No. This is real, but I'm asking my own questions. What the hell is going on?
Or maybe it was this tweet. The only way we can become immune to the environment, we must be out in the environment. Quarantining people inside their houses for extended periods will make people sick. Whatever remarks got them booted, Trump is standing behind the sisters. He quote tweeted them amid their ousting. But I love Diamond and Silk, and so do millions of people. It's unclear where Diamond and Silk will go from here. There has never been joint press secretaries in the history of the U.S., but under this president, anything is possible.
Leave Donald Trump. Leave him alone. Period.
Hey, thanks for watching Who Is. Did you know we have a podcast now too on Who?
Well, they said leave their man alone. Leave him alone. Okay, guys, let's go and see the music. Trump's your president. He's your president. I think this is it. Drop that beat, yo. Hey. Wait, am I? Wait, hang on. What am I doing? I think I'm sharing the wrong. Oh, look at me dancing here. Sorry, guys. I've been dancing away here. Shared the very wrong thing. Here we go. Maybe I should speed it up to 1.25. It's going so slow. All right. It's so hard for Trump. Ah, okay, Dr. Cyrus, you dropped me something. Let's see. What did you? Oh, what's this? Okay, what's this? Oh, let's see what this is. Okay, give me 1 second. Let's see. That looks interesting. Whatever it is, whatever that link is, looks interesting. Let's see. Inauguration.
It's not so important. I should have.
Oh, surprise! I have some pretzels for
Melania,
you.
do you know what you just said?
Well, you're cheery.
Me? I'm always like this.
Oh, yeah, sure.
You're certainly not going to be.
When can I see
You're
you
bad
walk
company.
away? Can't wait.
You suck. Now's your chance.
Well,
Call
you
it
can
off.
be a funny wiener, can't you? I'm important. You want to be me, don't you? Quite a figure. Quite a figure. And no.
Looks like we have a problem. Yeah, leave it to me. Okay, we're gonna squeeze him. Hadouken to your face. Are you wearing a big boy shirt?
Yeah, I probably never will again.
Help. I'm gonna barf. You ever washed that wig?
Oh, you got me again, George.
Yeah.
Good one.
That is a zinger. I like your nail polish, but not too much. Now I pretend I like you, but I hate you inside.
You're a creep.
I think you're old like dirt.
Repeat after me. I make grease pellets in my sweat.
I make grease pellets in my sweat.
I was disappointed they didn't find the continent of Atlantis yet.
I was disappointed they didn't find the continent of Atlantis yet.
The new kid smells like falafel and wants to shave my mustache.
The new kid smells like falafel and wants to shave my mustache.
So did Aunt Belinda.
So did Aunt Belinda.
Shake hand. You crushed it.
You think?
No, I'm teasing you.
Oh,
You look depressed.
I don't feel good. Now raise your shrunken hand and repeat after me. I gotta get a grip. You saw me squat.
I gotta get a grip. You saw me squat.
You think I won't fling 3 eggs at you?
You think I won't fling 3 eggs at you?
The goldfish of preteens never had a chance.
The goldfish of preteens never had a chance.
Some people
I
just
personally have puked at a cage fight.
I personally have puked at a cage fight.
Then I chewed an awful lot of cheese.
Then I chewed an awful lot of cheese.
And I stored it in my gut.
I stored it in my gut.
What's your name?
Together, we will build a bar in rural Connecticut, and we will make it a bar with a nanny, and we will make it a bar called Brown Lady, and we will make it a bar that has stuff in it and extra good leather. When you want to make a bad day a greater day, then come to Brown Lady. Now let's party. No music, just me. You know what I want later? A hamburger and milk duds and not fish.
Look at all fun. Yay!
I'm also gonna need you to scrape my bunions.
Yes, good. The guy's the boss, so...
Just remember who brought you here.
Thank you, my prince. Thank you.
I win!
You might want to clean my car after this.
I mean, now I really wouldn't call it yours, right? Because you gotta go back to the Jetta. Pretty dorky.
At least I still know how to drive.
Yeah, I do not. I don't do it.
Well, I got a big truck.
I'm gonna figure out a way to bury your stuff fast.
Okay.
I'm burying your junk already.
Well, that's my past.
The kids made.
well, guys. Sometimes it makes you wonder what these people say to each other. Yes, you see them, their lips moving, but what exactly did they say? Never mind. The links are there if you're interested to go catch them. But this has been fun. It's rather unfortunate that Diamond and Silk has passed away. But her legacy still lives on. We can go back and look at some of the things that she and her sister were busy doing out here, saying that I don't sit here thinking I'm somehow the moral police. I would come here and say things that aren't quite kosher, right? I might say things that are wrong. I might say things in error. But I would be the first to put my hands up and say, I've made an error. I made a mistake. Yes, sometimes it's hard to accept that you have made a mistake. But be the better person, be the bigger person. Own up and say, look, what I said here was in error. Correct your mistakes, right? But when you purposefully spew lies, because why? You want favors, you want to be popular, you want, to be the biggest YouTubers around here. Unfortunately, that's the legacy you would leave behind. And it's funny how you're so anti-vaccine, anti-COVID, and it turns out that you may have died from the very thing that you were speaking against. It's well, guys, you love bad lip reading. That's a new thing. I've just recently come across bad lip reading thing. So yeah, I like watching it, but it's new. I've just stumbled across it recently. So guys, later on today, Phil has asked me to come on his channel to talk about, I think it's the getting rid of the holy pill. I think that's what he has called it. So later today, I'm going to be on there, going to be talking about, I think it's the blue, it's a pill. Getting rid of one pill or the other. I forgot the name of it. So that's the link there. Phil has 5 more subscribers to make it to 100. 5 more he needs to make it to 100. Guys, let's go over there and subscribe, right? At least if you can get him to 100, 105, it's something, right? So I'll be there later on in about 5 hours. Yeah, in 5 hours I'll be there. So, well, but guys, thank you all very much. Let's all be better people. Let's all do better. There's something I wrote. Where is it? I wrote something. Just give me 1 second. Let's see. Yes. Here we go. Something I wrote says, no one can disrespect you if you don't agree with the disrespect. Your job is not to deny the story, but to define the ending. To rise strong, recognize your story, and rumble with the truth until you get to a place where you can say, yes, I own my own story and I choose how the story ends. Let me read that again. Your job is not to deny the story, but to define the ending. To rise strong, recognize your story, and rumble with the truth until you get to a place where you can say, yes, I own my own story and I choose how the story ends. Okay, guys? choose how your story ends. I will see you all later on. Please don't forget to like the stream. I beg of you. If that's the only thing you do for me, make sure to like the stream. Let me put my paper here. So, yes, like the stream, thumbs up before you exit your way out. Okay, guys, did you like this time of the day? Let me know. If you like this time of the day, then I can sometimes when I'm available this time of the day, I might as well just jump on and do. It looks like some of you seem to like this time of the day. So, because I thought it'd be a bit too early for you all, but because it's I'm going over to Phil's channel, so I thought, okay, I'll come and do this at this time of the day. But yeah, some of you are surprised to see some, the cool people seem to be they seem to be available at this time of the day, man. All the cool people came out. I was like, okay, all right. All right, right. Yes, this time of the day is good for you, Natalie Sparkle. Natalie Sparkle, what about our feet? Our feet business. Me and you are supposed to start the feet business, showing our feet to the feet lovers. Natalie Sparkle, what happened to that? Huh? So Dr. Cyrus says he's 3 away from 100. Come on, guys. Let's go subscribe to Phil. Where is, I think I put the link. Come on, guys. If you're not subscribed to Phil's channel, please. There we go. 1, 2 more. 1, 2, 3 more subs. And we get him to 100. And then 200 and 300. I'm now at 1K7. How did I do that? I don't know. I must be saying something right. All right. That's good. That's really, really good. Thank you all. I thank you all. Says I need to paint my. Yeah, go on. Let's come on. Let's do it. Let's do a stream for the feet lovers, right? They can come and have a look at our feet. What the back? I love you too. What the back? Thank you for being here. Thank you, each and every one of you. I know some of these conversations are not easy to have. This is someone who has just passed away. But like it or not, death is part of living. We will always have cases, people dying. One day it will be our turn. One day we will shut our eyes, never to be open again. But what legacy are you leaving behind? Are you leaving a lot of baggage for the people that you're leaving behind? What are you leaving behind? What's going to be said about you after you are gone? So, yeah, let's all just be better, do better, be decent people. We all don't have to be YouTubers. We don't all have to be in some top position somewhere. But in our lives, we can be better people. I don't want a scenario where if anything happened to me and some people will be they'll be thankful that I'm gone. Oh, she's gone. Now we can breathe. You know, I wouldn't want that. So let's be careful. My son is back from school. Hey. Okay, that's my cue. Got to go, guys. Let me go and be mommy, put my mommy hat on. Now I'm going to take off the YouTuber hat. And now mommy hat comes on. And yes, let mommy go and do mommy things. Right, guys, if you want to see me again, I'll be back in about less than 5 hours. I'll be back. So yes, okay, I will see you all over at Phil's stream later on. Okay, guys, you all take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, morning, night, whatever, wherever you are. All right, guys, see you all very, very soon.